Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I will be making a Christmas card. So this is gonna be a rough layout of it. And I will be using following products. So I will be using one of the Christmas medley stamps. And many of you would remember these. It's a set of 4 A6 stamps. Christmas stamps. And these are really beautiful. This one is poinsettia, and you can see all the detail in this stamp. Another one, you have mistletoe, and lots of detail in every single stamp. Holly and hellebore. Okay, so I will be using one of these stamps today for the card, for main focal point. So I was thinking actually to use poinsettia. So this is what I'm going to be using today, and I will put all the links in the description below for you to browse. Hopefully they will be still in stock. So yeah, just go have a look at the description below, and I will leave all the links for products I'm using in this video for you. Okay, so then next I will be using beautiful big backgrounds, vintage music journal page. And music is always associated with Christmas, so I decided to go with this one, big backgrounds vintage music journal page. Then I will be using through these snowy extras, and I believe it's not available anymore, but I'm gonna have a look. I personally missed out on these, and I was lucky enough to get the pre-loved from Julia. And it's nothing wrong with pre-loved stuff and stamps, especially. They're still working the same, and Julia has absolute ton of pre-loved stuff. And if you are searching for something, you can really find it at Julia's website, and I will link down below as well Julia's website, so browse for those, because it's completely nothing wrong with those stamps, just because, as you can see, majority of them haven't even been used, so, and they stamp all still beautifully. So have a look. It's worth browsing through pre-loved section, because you can find there something that is already not available to purchase. But if Julia decides to get rid of it, thank you, Julia. Yes, I was really looking for this stamp everywhere and I couldn't find, and I found it. Julia put it on her pre-loved section. So I will link Julia's website down below as well. So then I will be using for this card Imperial Red Lustre cardstock, Sentimentally Yours, and New Gold Lustre cardstock. So I will link those as well, and there are many more beautiful colors of Lustre cardstock. I will also be using Edges collection, Festive Deep Edges, and this did sell out very quickly, so if you got your hands on it, well done. But I will have a look if I can find those somewhere, and if I can, I will link it down below as well. So next I'm going to use, I have used this beautiful stitched torn rectangle dies. Okay, and I have used those for the middle section of the card. And also I will be using this beautiful Sentiment collection dies, and these are Elegance Script Festive Sentiments, and you can see it's tons of sentiments on here, and all Phil's dies are coming on magnetic sheet already, so there is no problem for you to think how you're gonna store them. So I will link those down below as well. And I might use some Flawless Media metallic acrylic paint in gold color. I will also be using Superfine embossing powder, pure gold. My favorite Moon Dust glitter, and show you this one. It's really nice and sparkly. And I will be using some Gemporium gems, thinking to go with Poppy Red, but we're gonna decide in the end. I might change my mind, so I will be using all these goodies today to create a beautiful Christmas card. And let me put all this aside. Apart from this one, I will be using that one. And let's crack on with it. So for your carte blanche, you will need a piece of paper that measures 8¼ inches by 11 inches. Then you want to take your scoreboard, and on your 11-inch side you want to score at 2½ inches, then 4 inches, 7 inches, 8½ inches, and that is going to be it. Okay, so I will repeat that. On your 11 side you want to score at 2½ inches, 4 inches, 7 inches, 8½ inches. Okay, and you can easily make this carte blanche from your A4 sheet of paper. Now you want to fold it, so let me think how it was. So you want to start folding. So this is going to be, I hope you can see that. So this middle section is your large middle of the carte blanche. Okay, so from the middle section, first score you fold in and burnish, and then another side of this middle section, fold in and burnish, and this section is going out towards us, fold and burnish, and this section folding out towards us, and then fold and burnish as well. And you are going to end up with your carte blanche that looks like this, and you're going to be able to stand it up, okay, like so, and display it in a nice way. So this is our carte blanche. Now for these are gonna go on the two sides of our card blank, and I have used Imperial Red Lustre card for this piece, and this piece measures 2 1/8 by 8 inches. And what you do, you put your die, you put your edge die. I will show you, right on the edge, like so. You want to tape it, okay, so it doesn't move, and you're running through your die cut machine, and this is what is going to give you this beautiful edge. Okay, so for this layer where I have used Imperial Red, you want to cut it down 2 1/8 inches by 8 inches. Then for white piece, and this is going to be the same on this side as well, then for your white piece that is going to go on top, you want 1 1/8 inch by 7 3/4. Okay, and we are going to stamp and emboss on these two pieces. So I will put this card blank aside for now, and then I'm gonna take my paper towel and we're gonna do some stamping. So on these two pieces I wanted to stamp the big background stamp, vintage music journal page, and I will do it freehand. So take it off, and what I'm going to be using to stamp on these pieces, I will stamp it and emboss in pure gold. So I will use my Morning Mist VersaFine Clair ink pad, and let's go ahead and do that. And I don't really want it all, if it makes sense. So we see, I'm just stamping, and I will probably try to do both in one go. And turn it round. Stamp it. And let's see what is going on in there. Yeah, I am happy with that. Might need a little bit more on this edge and this one, so that's not a problem. I'm just gonna go in on this end and a little bit on this end. Okay, and because of the nature of VersaFine Clair, and let me quickly wipe the stamp. Because of the nature of VersaFine Clair inks, we can actually put embossing powder on top and emboss it, because it's so juicy. Okay, so put this aside, and I'm going to shakery shake and take your piece, apply embossing powder, a little bit more here. That's one piece done. and it looks beautiful. And then this one. Okay, so I hope you can see that. And now I am going to emboss it. Okay, so now you can put these two pieces, go ahead and put it under something heavy so they become flat. Meanwhile, we are going to attach these two sides, and I'm going to use my foam tape for that, just to give it a little bit of a dimension. So we want foam tape on the back of these two beautiful pieces. And now you want to take your best friends, and let me find your Pokey Tools. Your Pokey Tools are best friends when it comes to taking the backing off, that's for sure. So nice and easy. Don't do it with your nails, you're gonna damage your nails. So I will link those Pokey Tools as well in the description below if you are interested. And now let me turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Place it down. And another one is gonna go on the other side. I love these Pokey Tools. I don't know how I lived without them before. And this one is gonna go on this side, and I'm gonna try to make it look even, the same as that side. So try to do that. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Now we're gonna do what we're gonna do now. Let's have a look. We can attach our middle piece to the middle section. For that, I'm going to use glue, and let's have a look if my glue dried. Nope, that's good, because usually I have to poke it if I haven't used it for a while, but not this time. So this one is gonna go on glue, and try to make sure that everything is even when you attach your layers. Okay, now let's have a look at our side sections. And I think this is gonna go this way. Yeah, this looks good. So I'm going to glue them down, just using a liquid glue, Sentimentally Yours PVA glue. I will link it down below as well. So we want this one on this side, and it's a lovely glue because you do get wiggle time, which is really nice, because with a wiggle time, you can't really mess much up, even if you want to. So again, glue for another side, and we are going to glue it on top like so. And now just hold it for a couple of seconds until glue actually grabs to the cardstock underneath. Okay. Well, what can I say? This is looking very festive already. I like that. I like the look of that. Okay. And now we're gonna be working on our middle section. So for the focal point, I have used stitch torn rectangles. I have cut this one. This was the third largest stitch torn rectangle, and this one was the fourth largest stitch torn rectangle. Okay, so in case if you want to replicate this card, the bottom layer, third largest, and top layer is fourth largest. Okay, and then we're gonna have another layer, and I did cut just a strip of paper, which is 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay, and I snip later on because I'm gonna be using stamping platform to stamp my focal point. Okay, this Medley poinsettia. So let's do that. Let me put this one aside, and now I'm going to take my stamping platform and I'm going to position this piece of card in a corner like so. I'm going to take my Medley, and this way it's just easier because you can always cut it down, but I know that 3 3/4 inches is my width, and let me just measure again. Yeah, so 3 3/4 inches wide for this particular card, and I'm going to put it in like so. And I've lost one of my magnets somewhere. I don't know where did it run away to, but it did run away from me. Okay, so let me position it again. And for this, I'm gonna be using my VersaFine Clair Nocturne because it's nice and juicy. I am using my stamping platform because I can always go second time for crispier image. And this is a beautiful, beautiful stamp, and I will show you when I will be finished with stamping. I will show you close up on it. Okay, and just press down, take it off, and I think I probably had a bubble in the middle. Let's have a look. Let's go again. Let's see if it's gonna stamp now. Yep, and I'm gonna go again because I need a little bit more on here. I've missed out on that. So let's see if I still can do it without inking. Yep. Okay, that's perfect. Now let me quickly clean my stamp, and I'm just using a baby wipe to do that. Nothing special, just a baby wipe. And I do like to tap it a little bit. Okay, and now I know it is clean. So I will show you now what this stamp looks like. So such a detailed stamp. All 4 of those are. It is absolutely beautiful. And now what I'm gonna do, I know my width is what I want it to be. So I'm going to measure this bit from stitching, from bottom stitching to top stitching, and I want it to be 4.5 inches in length, in height. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it to 4.5 inches, and this is what I ended up with. And this piece is fitting perfectly inside of the stitched bit. Okay, so this piece is measuring 3.75 inches by 4.5 inches, just in case if you want to recreate exactly the same. So next thing I'm gonna do, I also forgot to tell you, from Beautiful Through This stamp set, I have used this post box, and I have stamped it as well. Okay, so I stamped this one as well, and now using Sentimentally Yours watercolor blending brushes, and disregard this is my set too, because I did put them all in color order. Okay, so this is not your set too. Your set too, if you're buying, is gonna be completely different colors. Okay, so the actual colors that are coming in set 2 are these ones on the back. Okay, so I will be using watercolor blending brushes to color my poinsettia and my little post box. And for that I chose 2 red colors, and I will swatch them for you. So one, hang on, have some die cut bits on here, and one is a little bit darker and another one is a little bit lighter. So I will be using these 2 to color my poinsettias and my post box. Now my coloring is done, and I did cut out the post box as well. And for my highlights I will be using this pen touch that I got from Honeypot Crafts as well. I'll link it down below. So I'm just gonna be, it's in gold, so I will just go around and highlight these little bits. And on my poinsettias, I just dot it around on the leaves, so hopefully you can see that. So I hope you can see that, those little golden dots I added, so they look really nice. And on our post box, little golden detail as well. So next step is going to be, let's come back to our card blank, put this aside, and I want to go around this layer with metallic acrylic paint with a gold color. So let's do that. And you do need the tiniest amount to go around the edges. So I will put this aside to dry. Next thing we want to do, I think I'm gonna glitter around these edges. So let's do that. And I will be using Sentimentally Yours Moon Dust Glitter. And our sides are now glittered, so we're gonna set aside to dry as well. Now back to our toppers. Both of these are gonna go on the foam tape, and this paint, it's already dry, so these two are going on foam tape for dimension. Now I'm going to take the tape off my topper using, where is my friend Pokey, using a Pokey tool. So taking tape backing off our topper, and we are going to attach it to our first white layer. which is going to be this one here. Oop, and this tape is so sticky, it's unbelievable. Extremely sticky. Okay, so going to attach our beautiful topper on here, and make sure you center everything like so. And then this is gonna go on top of here, on top of our red Lustre card. And I will glitter this layer as well. So now this is gonna go on top of here, and I'm going to put, shall I put this one on foam tape as well? Yes, I'm going to put our topper on the foam tape as well, but I have to be careful because I only have that much, so I'm gonna have to wait for my glitter to dry to do that. So next thing we're gonna do, actually we can glitter our box. Shall we do that now as well? Yeah, glitter our box while, so it all can sit and dry. So where shall we glitter our box? Just gonna do a little bit on the sides. And this is our letterbox glittered as well, so put this aside to dry. Meanwhile, we're gonna go to our sentiment. So I chose to do Season's Greetings, and this is from this die set, Sentiment collection. This is a very beautiful die set, and you get your shadow line and your word itself, and I will show you what they're like. Let me just get these ones. These are really nice, and you get a shadow, and shadow is very detailed as well on its own. So shadow I did cut from pure white cardstock, and the top layer I did cut using new gold Lustre card, and I'm going to glue top layer on this white shadow. this is my sentiment for this card, Season's Greetings. It looks really beautiful. So let's finish assembling our card. And I'm not sure how dry this one is. It does look dry. So I'm gonna put this on the foam tape. And now just make sure you do put your foam tape on the middle, or whether if you're gonna use glue, put it in the middle as well, because this is where our topper is going. And make sure it is straight. And oh, mine is not. Come on. Let me have a look. Yes, it is. It is now. Press it down. Okay. And our sentiment is gonna go on here. It's gonna be Season's Greetings. Like so. And our box is gonna go next to it on here. So now just to decide whether I want it to hang off the frame, and how is it gonna look. Stay there. It's whether I want it in or whether I want it a little bit out. I think I might keep it in. So Season's Greetings is gonna go on glue. And the box is gonna go on glue gel. Box is going on the glue gel. Oh, come on, syringe. Don't do it to me. Okay. I think it's time for me to get a new syringe out. Because it's getting more and more difficult to use this one. And there we go. This is how much glue gel I applied, and I'm going carefully to position it like so. Tap it down a little bit. Okay, it's looking good. And there we go. This is our Christmas card finished. So, and you're gonna stand it like this. And I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. And don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. It all helps. And I'm just gonna let it dry like so. Thank you for watching. Here are the pictures of the finished project. And until next time, bye!